Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another Me First Mornings. I am your host, Patricia Ribeiro Wolfson, and I am your energy alchemist. Woohoo! I told you I was going to start using that, right? I'm an intuitive coach and an energy healer and a wife of and a mom of 3 boys. And my mission is to teach you how to calibrate your energy, teach you how to integrate self-care into easy, doable steps, and how to embrace your own natural gifts to achieve a life that you love, that is in complete and total alignment with your gifts, your purpose, and your mission. And so here we are doing Me First Mornings. We're going to do a little morning ritual, which we do every day. And today's topic, we are going to talk about where are you getting your energy from? Because we all need energy to live, right? We all need energy to fuel us. Everything around us is sort of like fueled on energy. But what is the energy that you are accessing that is fueling the rest of your day? We're going to talk about that and probably a lot more depending on whatever I come up with in my head as we're talking. All right. So let us get started on our ritual. Sorry, I'm distracted because my dog is in the room today and he's not usually, and I'm just trying to make sure he doesn't pee on anything. Oh, I love Blueberry, but I don't like to clean up his pee. All right. Especially on my carpet or on my sofa or on my chair. Not that he does it too often, but challenges of being a dog mom, especially a Frenchie. I love him. Okay. So let's get started because I think this is going to be a really great kickoff to the day. And I feel like I want to ground myself and center myself first before we begin. So let's do that first. All right. So let's light our candle. Blueberry wants to go on top of my fluffy pink chair because it's the best. I'm going to have to help him on it. Give me a second. All right. You can go up and you can cuddle, but you need to sit. Good boy. Ha! It's live. Thank you for waiting. Thank you for your patience. And if you're here and you stayed through that whole time, thank you. Okay. So we lit our candle. Everybody, if you have not lit your candle, you don't have to use a candle. I like to use it. It just kicks it off. Okay. As it says, sometimes you forget you're awesome. And this is your reminder. All right. I like inspirational candles. I like inspirational everything because I like to infuse my day with as many inspirational, motivational, affirmational things as possible, right? Because it is about what you surround yourself with. It will permeate your energy and permeate your soul, and it will permeate your experiences, right? So, I got myself a new essential oil roller ball, and I'm really kind of excited about it. We'll see how it works. It is a clear quartz essential oil roller. I got it from Energy Muse. I'm not an affiliate or anything. I'm just sharing, and it's all right. So I'm just gonna put that here. You put it on your wrists, put it on your neck, and the back of your ears, apparently. So I'm gonna go ahead and follow the directions, and it says to put it on your heart. So I'm just going to. Whoa. Oh, you guys missed that, but I caught like that, like in the air. Okay, and you put it on your heart. So I'm going to go ahead and do that because I want to amplify, because this is an amplifying energy. I want to amplify this whole experience, right? So feel that. Feel the essence of your essential oils. If you don't use essential oils, you don't need to. That's okay. Just take a few extra deep breaths because we are now about to take our deep breaths together. And this is important. And I lead you through the breaths and I tell you what to imagine. But the truth is that you need to find what works for you. You need to find the imagery that works for you. You need to find the type of breathing that works for you. There's lots of types of breathing exercises. I like to keep it short and sweet because what I find to be the most important thing in any in any tool, right? In any tool that we use, especially when we're talking about using a tool to calibrate our energy, is consistency, right? Consistency is the most important thing. So it's not, doing 20 minutes of, meditation and then not doing it for a month and then doing another, 25, 30 minutes of meditation and forcing yourself to kind of make it up. It is about small, consistent actions that you can build on, right? And so that's what Me First Mornings is about. It's just to get you on some sort of simple ritual to begin your day with intention. And then you can expand on that ritual any way you want. As I've said before, you can decide to do, when we go to the stretching, you can decide to do a whole stretching routine. You can choose to do gentle yoga. You can, instead of just doing 3 breaths, you can meditate for 20 minutes if that's something that resonates or works for you. So my intention behind Me First Mornings is just to give you a little kickstart to your day. Of course, my show is called Me First Mornings, but my company is Jumpstart for Change. And so my entire purpose is to get you to begin something that will jumpstart you in the direction that you want to go. That is my purpose and that is my mission, is to help you see it can be easy. And if it feels hard, step back, switch things around and make it so that it feels easy. Consistency is the key. And, 2 minutes, a 2-minute exercise is much easier to be consistent with than a 15, 20, or 35-minute practice. You can get to that eventually, and it absolutely will help you. The more time that you can kind of sit with yourself and center yourself, the better it is for you. I don't know if you guys watched the show last week, but there was I shared an article that I read that said, if you meditate 10 hours a day, then it can change your entire physiology. Now, I'm a mom of 3, all sorts of stuff going on in my life, don't have time to meditate 10 hours a day. However, even if you just do 2 minutes, anything that you can do that is in the direction that you want to go or that can positively help you move towards healing or alignment or, just getting your energy set, that's the key. Okay, so we lit the candle, we put on essential oils. I'm going to use my crystal spheres to hold on to as we take these deep breaths, again, to amplify this whole experience. You don't have to use any of it, but I do recommend that you take the breaths, because breath is where we access life force energy. It is breath, right? Because if you can't breathe, you can't live, right? That's a scientific fact. If you're not breathing, you're not living, right? So when you are feeling stuck or stagnant or just disconnected, the first thing you need to do is go back to your breath. And I've resisted this, I can't even tell you for how long, which is hilarious to me because it's like, why would you resist breathing? But somehow, in some way, I still resisted for a very long time doing, breath work or any type of intentional breathing. But I realized that it actually really, really helps and supports me. So even though I'm only taking 3 deep breaths, it's better than taking none. So let's do that together. Okay, as we breathe in, I want you to imagine yourself just calling in all of the beautiful healing energy that comes from the sun, right? The energy that literally fuels every single living thing on this planet is the sun. So I want you to take it in and open up the top of your head and allow that sunlight, that liquid sunlight, to pour into the top of your head, fueling you for your day. At the same time, you put your legs well planted on the ground. And I want you to imagine that you are also, that what's coming up is that earth energy, that also life force energy coming from the earth, but that one that moves, that helps things grow, that helps things shift and change and transition, right? And so allow those 2 energies to enter into your body, right? And then I imagine that this comes in this way, and then from the feet, it comes up that way, and then they meet and eventually sort of form an energetic, I want to say turbine, around you, right? So that it's like this life force energy just surrounding you and filling you with light and love and access to all of the abundance that exists in this world. So let's do that together and imagine it together so we can begin our day knowing that we are fueling ourselves with the power of the sun, with the power of the earth, and connecting to the same thing that all of nature connects to. even without trying, because it just is. We have to think about it sometimes because we are naturally, I shouldn't say we're naturally disconnected, but the way that we have been conditioned in society is to be disconnected, right? Connected online, but disconnected from spirit. So I want to reverse that. Let's get connected to spirit and to source. Okay. Deep breath in and hold and release. Beautiful. Oh, good morning, Dad. Thank you for being here. Hola, Teresa. You learned a lot from me. Oh my goodness, thank you. I'm so glad you're here. Okay, we're going to take another deep breath. Deep breath in and hold and release. I don't know if you guys can feel it, but sometimes when I really am connected, I can feel the pulsating. Probably it's me feeling my heartbeat, but I feel the pulsating through my whole body as the energy flows through. It's like this heartbeat, right? And you want to connect your heartbeat with the beat of the planet. And so see if you can connect in that way. Let's do that again together one last time. And hold. And release. Beautiful. Hi, Mom. You made it. Good morning. Yes. Yay. Okay. So now that we've done our breathing, now we're going to do some stretching, right? And what does stretching do? Stretching, we just want to loosen up any tightness, right? So when we're breathing, we are releasing the things that don't serve us. We are filling ourselves with that goodness, right? When we are stretching, we are also releasing tension. At the same time, we are clearing the path for things to flow, right? Because you want to feel the flow, right? In life, you don't want to feel stuck and stagnant. You want to feel the flow. You want to allow things to come in and leave, right? And you keep the things that are serving you, and you just allow the things that don't serve you to roll off like water, off the back of a duck, right? Or, raincoat, however you want to visualize it, right? We want to allow things to just come and kind of hit us, or right energy that comes, but we don't want to absorb it. So we want to release everything that it does not belong to us, any stuck or stagnant energy, any tense parts in our body. We just want to release it and allow it to just go. And stretching is really good for that, because if you do this stretching with the intention of releasing, then it really, really does feel lighter, right? You want to feel lighter. And then you shake it out. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. You can do a little dance routine if you want. I highly recommend starting your day with a dance routine. And I really, really think that, whatever works for you, you just want movement. You want to just get things sort of moving. You want that energy moving, and you want to get into the flow. Okay. So, speaking of flow, let's think about our intention, right? What is your intention for today? Maybe it is to connect with the flow, right? Connect with the flow of the universe. Because when you are able to connect with the flow of the universe, then you can take advantage of that flow and of the momentum that the universe provides, right? Because everything has its own momentum. And so if you want it to connect with the momentum that is its natural momentum, right? The earth's natural momentum, which, things move quickly and change and shift. And you want to catch it. It's almost like, what comes to my mind is when you see in the, it's always in movies for me, but the image that I have is like a car going along and then someone on a skateboard that grabs onto the back of the car. I don't recommend you do that for anybody that's watching. It is not safe. But the image that I have is like the car's going along, and then you're on your skateboard, and you, not that I've ever done this myself, nor have I ridden a skateboard, but you grab onto the car and the car takes you. So you're on your own, on your own skateboard, you're on your own vessel, we'll say, right? But you're grabbing onto the back of the car and you're going with it. And that is actually taking you to where you need to go faster. So that's the intention, right? When we calibrate our energy, we release all the things that don't serve us. What we want to do is connect to the flow of the universe. So it's like, okay, I am in this vessel doing my thing, and I'm going to allow the universe. So this is me reaching out my hand to grab the back of the car, which is, the universal force. And I want to take advantage of that momentum, of that flow from the universe, and let that propel me forward so that I can move faster through these things. But you got to have faith, right? And it's a little scary. Like, imagine yourself grabbing the back of a car. Right? That's a really scary thing to do. And that's kind of what we're doing in life, right? When we surrender to God or to the universe or to source, and we're kind of in a situation that really, is, I don't know, sucks. It's all the word I can think of, right? You're in a situation that sucks and you want to kind of get out of it, and you want to trust that the universe is going to take care of things for you. You want to trust that God's going to take care of things for you. And I promise it will be taken care of. But to sort of like just release that control is really hard, right? But it is very much like you got to grab onto the car with that skateboard, right? And just go with the flow and just trust that you're going to end up exactly where you need to go. And you can release the pressure of having to take that to make the movement yourself, right? You don't have to make the movements yourself. You just have to show up, be present, and surrender, right? And let the universe take you to where you need to go. So that's part of why we do the things that we do, is we want to prepare ourselves to have a good foundation to begin the day. All right. So think about your intention. And maybe your intention today is to get into the flow. That's going to be my intention. I want to be in the flow of the universe today. You think about your GPS word. For those of you who have not heard of the GPS word yet, then feel free to please go ahead and download my GPS workbook right here. You can get that for free. And there's several questions that will take you through your own GPS word, will help you figure it out for yourself. And you're welcome to contact me if you need some support. I do GPS sessions with people, and it's awesome. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube page. Go to Jumpstart for Change and click on that subscribe button and ding that little notification bell. I would really appreciate the support, and please spread the word. Okay. So now let's say our prayer together. You can say your own prayer to set your intention, or you can just sit quietly and meditate during this time. So here we go. Divine Mother, Infinite Father, Creator, Ascended Masters, Archangels, ancestors, and all beings of 100% pure white light, allow me to be a clear and open channel of your light and love without hesitation or ego. May the highest vibration of infinite consciousness connect with my higher self and release any and all things that no longer serve me. I ask that Saint Germain and his infinitely powerful violet flame burn away all the things that no longer serve myself or humanity and hold us back from our divine existence. Help us to embody our intentions for the day and help us raise the collective vibration for the highest and greatest good of all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So be it, and so it is. Okay, so now let's talk, right? Let's talk about energy. And I'm going to get ready to pull the cards. And I'm going to do like really mix them up today because I want a message. I want a powerful message from the guides today as I talk about this, which is a really important topic of conversation, right? Because we talk about energy. I mean, whoa. We talk about energy on this show all the time, and I talk about how important it is to calibrate your energy, how important it is for you to monitor and manage your energy. And which all of it is true, but how do we kick it off? How do we logistically become responsible or aware of the energy that we are surrounding ourselves with, right? And how can we take action to shift that if what we are surrounding ourselves with is not supportive or healing to us, right? And not everything has to be healing, right? It should be, things should also be fun. Things should, some things are meant for growth, and that's good too, right? But really think about what kind of energy that you want to expose yourself to. And, I talk a lot of, not that I was going to say I talk a lot about it. I do. I actually talk a lot about how you fuel yourself. I don't know if I've used those words specifically on this show, but in reference to fuel, I'm not talking about food, okay? I'm not talking about like what you eat, although I'm sure, not that I'm sure, definitely there is room for that kind of conversation and what kinds of things that you are putting in your body, right? But I'm not going to talk about that because I think way too many people talk about that. Okay, maybe not way too many people, but there's such there is this is a sensitive topic for me with food, so I don't want to go into it too much. But what I'm saying is that there is a lot of focus on what we ingest. There's a lot of focus on what is healthy, what isn't healthy, what we're putting in our bodies, all of that. Okay, and I'm not saying that we don't need to pay attention to it. Of course we do. Everything we do needs to be with intention. But I'm not going to talk about food or that kind of thing that you're ingesting. What I'm more concerned with, and what is more in my field of um, expertise, is the energy that you expose yourself to, right? And so, what do I mean when I say that? Okay, what I'm saying is this: are you monitoring what type of energy you are allowing into your energetic space? So, what is this energetic space that I'm talking about? Well, this is the human part of us, right? Like the palpable physical part of us is our bodies, right? And, it looks like my head ends here and like every air goes here. But the truth is, energetically, we extend way beyond our bodies, right? And you could probably sense how big your energetic field is. And there are ways to test this actually using I was going to say a divination tool. It is a divination tool, but there's like copper wires that you can use and literally see how big or how small your energy field is. But we're not going to go into that because it's not important for this. You can feel when you put your hands out, right, how far your energetic field goes. And chances are where you can reach, it's still part of your energetic field, right? So even if you just feel this, and you just put like a big imaginary bubble around you, let's just imagine that is the energetic field that you are working with. But you know where your field is, because when somebody walks towards you, the second you feel them, right, and you can feel them. And if you want to do this like with your kids, it's kind of fun, is literally just turn your back, right, and then have somebody approach you and then say stop the second you feel them close. And then you can kind of judge how wide or how open your energetic field is. Now, I'm not going to talk about whether or not it needs to be open or closed or wide or narrow, right? We're not going to talk about that. What we are going to talk about is, because you have all of this field that you are basically managing, right? You have to be aware of what enters into your energetic field. And it's easy to think about it um, in terms of like physical space, right? Because you're in a space, you can feel it if someone comes near. You can decide whether or not you want to be present with somebody who makes you feel a certain way, right? So it's like if you go into a room, it's an office or it's a party or it's, whatever environment that you're in, but there's people in the environment. And sometimes, even when there's no people in the environment, you can walk into the space and immediately feel the energy of the room. And you can make a decision as to whether or not that energy is, sort of feeling good to you, or it doesn't feel good to you, or there's something off about it, right? Now, in some cases, you can't like leave the room because maybe you're at work. So you can protect your energy, right? And I'm just going to give you like a small little like protection mantra that I say to myself, which I actually got from my friend Deb, who's probably watching. So thank you, Deb. And I've said this before, but I really like it because it's something that I can say quick, and because it rhymes, it's easy to remember, right? So it's like light above me, light below me, light around me, light surrounds me. Right. And so that's a way that you can then picture this energetic bubble, right? And imagine it just being as wide as you can reach if that's what you want, or make it bigger. Doesn't matter, right? And just say that to yourself: light above me, light below me, light around me, light surrounds me, right? And that is your energetic bubble. Now, that's not to say you ignore everything else, but you just don't want the energy to be absorbed into your bubble. All right. So in energetic space, in a physical space, that's easy to kind of imagine, but we live very much in a digital world these days, right? We've got Zoom meetings, we've got, Facebook and Instagram and all sorts of social media platforms, and we are intimate with these platforms because we're just very exposed, right? And we're looking at them and we're feeling them. And chances are you're not doing that kind of energetic protection or even thinking about it when you go online, right? We use it as a distraction tool. Sometimes it's curiosity, sometimes it's boredom, right? But we're scrolling and we're not really paying attention to how the things are affecting us, right? So I started this conversation by saying, are you paying attention to the fuel of your day? Where are you getting your energy? So if you begin your day immediately looking at social media, then what you're doing is you are accessing the energy that exists within the platform that you are looking at, right? And so, even though you may not be physically in that space, you are energetically 100% in that space. And it's really important that you pay attention to how you're feeling. And if you are looking at something or reading something, and I'm someone who I really don't watch the news. I do allow myself to check out news stories once in a while because I like to know what's going on in the world and have, my pulse on, the events, current events. But I don't delve into the information because immediately I feel I feel everything. I feel everything. So if I read a news story, I'm going to immediately feel what that story is about, and I will feel my own feelings about it, and very often I will feel all the feelings about it. So immediate conflict, right? And so I begin my day when I started on social media. I begin I begin my day already like, you know, this person giving their opinion, that person giving their opinion, and if you've curated your social media where most of the people that like pay attention to, are motivational or inspirational, which is very much my social media account, that's great. And it can be helpful, but still you're in other people's energy, right? You're in other people's energy. You're watching the news, you're in that energy, right? Like you're picking up on that vibration. You're on social media, you are in the energy of what's happening on the news feed or, on Instagram or wherever, right? And not that you can't do that or bring yourself back, but the most important thing is for you to get into your energy, right? Because where do you want to get your energy from? Well, let's see. Where does nature get their energy from? Nature gets their energy from the sun, right? So, in order for you to be fueled with life force energy that exists, that all of nature can access, right? Which is the abundant life force energy, you have to connect with yourself, or connect with nature, right? Sometimes it's hard for us to connect with ourselves. And so if you have a hard time just taking some deep breaths and connecting with your inner light, and believe me, I understand because it took me a long time to be able to connect with it. And still, sometimes I struggle. Then sort of a quick fix is to connect yourself with nature, right? Just walk out your door, go to the backyard, sun, no sun, rain, shine, snow, sleet, whatever it is. Just go outside, take a few deep breaths, and ask to be fueled with that life force energy, with the love and light that is abundant all over the planet, right? Because when you get your fuel from there, then that means you are filled up with that life force energy. So, what are you filling up on? What are you filling up your day? Because if you're starting your day exhausted or already overwhelmed and anxious, that is the moment where you need to stop what you're doing and go within, right? It doesn't matter. And sometimes we can't because we've got meetings, meeting with people, we've got projects, we've got things to do, we've got responsibilities, right? And we're running around. And I completely understand that. However, when you are feeling disconnected from your energy, even if you're at work, even if you're in public, even wherever you are, do what you can. If you can excuse yourself and go to the bathroom to take deep breaths, awesome. If you can excuse yourself and go outside and, instead of a smoke break, which we all, used to take smoke breaks, now just take an air break, take a breath break. I need a breath break, right? And you go outside. I don't know how your boss is going to feel about you taking breath breaks, but these days everybody's working online anyway. So like take 5 minutes, take 2 minutes, take 30 seconds. I don't care how long. And I encourage my kids to do this, especially if I see that they're like really agitated. I was like, just go outside, put your feet on the grass, or now it's in the snow. And that's okay too. The snow works too. Don't have to put your bare feet there. Just intend that you are soaking in the energy from the planet, right? You're soaking in that life force energy. You're soaking in that healing, loving, nurturing energy because that's what exists, right? That's what exists. That's what you need to connect yourself to. Oh my God, guys, I can't even believe it. It's 10:32. I just realized and I haven't pulled my card yet. I feel really strongly about this. And it's so important that you pay attention to what you are fueling yourself with, okay? Because it is like when you are going on a road trip and you feel, yesterday we talked a lot about road trip and the map analogy, right? What are you doing to fuel yourself? What are you putting in your tank, right? Are you filling your tank with words of affirmation? Are you filling your tank with self-criticism? Are you filling your tank with news that the world is broken and separate and everybody's mean and hates each other and divisive? Or are you filling yourself with the possibilities that we are right now in the midst of an incredible transformation? And there are so many possibilities coming just around the corner. And are you filling yourself with stories of people who have gone through rough times and succeeded and survived and continue to do beautiful, kind things? That is the fuel that will keep you going. Because when you fuel yourself with death and despair and division and hatred, then your body can't take that energy without reacting to it, right? Because that's the fuel you're putting into your body. So it's like, would you put in your car? I mean, you could put regular gas in your car, versus premium, right? But like, would you put water in your car? No, you're not going to get car. Would you put like oil and grease in your, I don't know. I can't see that you're going to get very far with that either, right? No, you don't want to put it. You want to put into your car what you need to go far, right? And you know your car, right? You know what you need. And what everybody needs is encouragement, is hope, is faith, is trust. And so, whatever it is that you're looking for in your life, you need to begin your day with evidence that it exists, right? So, when you are looking outside of yourself, make sure that the things that you're looking at is going to fuel your inspiration. It's going to fuel your motivation. It's going to fuel your actions in a positive direction. And if it is not doing that, you need to fuel yourself with a different type of energy, right? So ask yourself, is this fuel enriching my experience, or is it depleting my experience or depleting me? All right, what do the cards say? Here we go. Boom. Once again, look at this. Look at this. Card number 30. Come on. There we go. Can you see it? Yes. Card number 30. The camera's like trying to like focus. There we go. 30, making a choice. Making a choice. And this is exactly what we're talking about. Every day it's a choice. It's a choice where you put your attention. It's a choice what you choose to fuel yourself with. It's a choice what actions you take or don't take, those things are choices. There's plenty of things that we have no choice about. We have no choice about what is happening in the world right now as a whole. I have absolutely no choice in what's happening, in other parts of the world. I have absolutely no choice about what's going on in the school system for my kids. I have no choice. I mean, yes, you can show up, you can vote, you can protest, there's plenty of things that you can do. But what I'm talking about is you there are things that exist in the now that you don't have a choice about. It just is what it is in the moment, right? And then from there you can make choices that are going to shift things in the direction that you want them to go to, right? So what do you need to do to positively contribute and positively shift things? Well, this card specifically is about today. You get to choose how you fuel yourself every single day. You get to choose what influences are in your life. You get to choose where you focus and what you put your attention on. And what you put your attention on, what you focus on, is going to dictate your vibration, right? And your vibration is going to dictate what you have access to and what you are exposed to in your life. Because if you can shift your vibration to be in a place where you are able to receive whatever is available, then that is the vibration that's going to give you what you're looking for, right? You need to connect with the vibration that brings you what you want. And so if you are receiving your energy, your fuel from sources that are depleting that energy, or that are lowering your vibration in terms of like things that don't resonate with you. And once again, I say this all the time, I'm not judging the number of the vibration, right? You have to see where you fit, what feels good to you, and what feels uplifting versus what feels depressing, right? And you want to try and uplift yourself as much as possible. So make the choice by giving yourself the energy and the fuel that you deserve for your journey. All right. Thank you so much for being here today. I appreciate you being here. Even though I ran over in my time, I try to be mindful of the time, but sometimes I get excited and I just got to keep talking and telling you what's coming in, because I open the floodgates and the information just starts coming. So I hope it was helpful. I hope you enjoyed it. I really look forward to coming back tomorrow. I'm here every Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Please subscribe to my YouTube page, Jumpstart for Change, and spread the word to anyone else who you think could use a little Me First Morning.